Hello boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a game between Neeb in the top right spawning as the yellow Protoss player and in the bottom left spawning as the light blue cyan / teal colored Terran player. We're going to have Supernova here playing a game against each other on Eternal Empire. As Supernova sends out his first SCV in order to, well, this has to be a proxy Rex. If he does anything but a proxy Rex, I will actually end my career. Proxy is a command center, makes it into a planetary. That will be the end of me, guys. I will be done. Someone else can take over. I'll give the YouTube channel to the community. Luckily that's not the case. So we have a straight barracks being proxied here. We'll be going into that double gas, of course, with that single barracks proxy, as we have Neeb scouting after, I believe to be the gateway. Yes, he definitely does scout after the gateway. Second gas going down here for Supernova, who is looking to get at least a Reaper out. It's going to be most likely a couple of Reapers, 2-3 Reapers, most likely mixed in with some Hellions. Usually when we see these aggressively placed barracks, that's going to be the play. Two Hellions, 3 Reapers, 2 Reapers, 1 Hellion. No, 2 Reapers, 2 Hellions. Like this is the kind of stuff we do kind of expect here out of Supernova, who is of course the absolute underdog in this match. Let's not beat around the bush, so to say. Next is we'll be going down here for Neeb. And we'll see his follow-up. Most likely going to be a pylon and pylon, gas, and then adept. So we have that first Reaper indeed coming out. Factory will most likely be placed here on top of the ramp. Neeb not scouting for that yet, but will of course poke back into the main base to make sure that it is. There's a Zealot coming out for Neeb here, so he's gonna cut a couple of probes here. Gonna delay his second gas as well. This is most likely not going to be a Stargate tech because of that. Any follow-up? I'm kind of guessing Robo, honestly. I don't see any solution here except for Robo. He should have started the unit immediately. That was a expensive couple of seconds. As here we have that Reaper jumping into the main base. Let's see what it will be able to get done. Should be able to get at least one worker. Oh! Even though there's only... yeah, there's a Zealot, but it's just too hard to not kill a worker. Terran sometimes try. I think he might have been able to get that one as well if he tried a little harder. But no. Neeb will micro it away. Stalker should not be able to get this Reaper. Should survive with 1 or 2 kills depending on the stutter step. Yeah, that was a poor stutter step here by Neeb. It's gonna go away with 2 shots still remaining. Nexus finishes up. And here we have that tech lab on the factory. Wait. That isn't normal. Tech lab straight into Cyclone. Macfield Accelerator being researched as well. He built 2 Reapers, right? Yeah, 2 Reapers into Macfield Accelerator, single Cyclone. Is he just gonna move across the map with the Cyclone in that case? I'm not too familiar with this build. Second factory. I mean, it's mech, right? Or it's like a double factory Cyclone push, because most of the time when that's the case, you see the second factory being proxied. So I'm armory going down as well. There is a playstyle that used to be really old, which was with a reactor, so it could be possible. I mean, this reactor's gonna be built too late. He shouldn't. He should just... I guess he could build a mine or something with this, or a Hellion, while building the reactor. I was gonna say it could be Mine Cyclone, but that's not really a playstyle anymore. That was a playstyle in early 2016, maybe mid 2016 even. Stalker is gonna die, walking to the Cyclone and meet his maker as he goes to Protoss Heaven. Not sure if there's such a thing. 2 Reapers actually doing a surprising amount of damage. There was another Cyclone across the map already. I'm sorry I missed that. 5 probes do go down, so Supernova kind of back into the game economically speaking, but he's still playing mech, and now we're gonna see that swap here with the factory. It's gonna be Mine Cyclone. This is not a build, or this is not something I've seen in such a long time. Neeb going into Robo Bay, which is absolutely terrible against every type of mech, except this specific one. He saw a 3rd gas, so he is aware that it's mech. Could also be a Battlecruiser opening, which is not uncommon on this map. We sometimes see Battlecruiser bio being played here. 2-3 Battlecruiser opener, and then afterwards getting 2 more starports and continuing that Battlecruiser production. But well, this time around we have armor on the way here, which makes sense if you're playing Mine Cyclone. The attack upgrades don't do too much. Good scan here, I like that scan. You'll see here why, because the range of Cyclones usually is impeded by the vision. Oh my god, this was a good trade right here. 900 resources lost, 10 units lost so far. Of course, 5 of those, 6 of those are probes. Initial probe and then 5 more later on. And the 2 losses, I think, are just the Reapers right now. This mine is gonna fall. We're gonna have... Oh, we're gonna see a mine flank. If he burrows them behind them while he's being kited with these Cyclones, that would be a really sick play. It's not gonna get the burrow up though. I think this might not have been a flank and instead just was an absolute miss rally. Barracks is flying back across the map. He's done his duty, built a single barracks at home. He's like, alright boys, we're ready to join the fight again. But I feel like the fight is a little bit over at this point. There's still 3 Cyclones, 4 mines, but there's a lot of Neeb here as well. Macfield Accelerator, of course, being done does help. Drilling Claws on the way, as well as a Colossi and Thermal Lance. 3 more units join the fight. The thing is that Immortals are so good against Cyclones. So if you just miss micro the Cyclone for a second or you get caught by one of the force fields, you're just gonna lose both these Cyclones, and that's just something you don't want. Sentry is gonna end up falling, so a nice little trade there by Supernova. He's gonna try to get another lock on here. He's gonna end up getting that stall there, but loses a Cyclone in return. So yeah, that's what I mean. 10 workers, hello. Both me and Neeb did not manage to see that one coming. Recall most likely on the Observer as the cannon finishes up, so probably wasn't completely necessary, but does end up doing that. Third base on the way. I said third base. There we go. Third base on the way here for Supernova, who is walking into the supply block of a lifetime. This is the goody way of getting out of a supply block, is by building a command center. Shouldn't be able to build anything at this point, yeah. Gonna have to wait for a CC to finish. Not the end of the world, he wasn't supply blocked for too long, but obviously not ideal. You don't really want to be getting supply blocked at any time. However, he's up 4 workers against the Protoss, which is uncommon. And good for Terran. Very, very good for Terran. Second armory coming down, so perhaps going into tank heli and afterwards, or maybe Thor's. Attack upgrade's not that great on Mine Cyclone, honestly. It's not really that helpful. I love that Neeb was paying close attention there. So we have this Observer flying towards this fort base. I think it might have spotted this mine as well, but it could have also missed it. We have a trade here, Cyclones against 4 Stalkers. 1 Cyclone dies, so do 3 Stalkers. 1 mine's gonna... no, it's not gonna do anything. I mean, this mine should definitely fall, right? Hallucination does get... no, it's spotted by these Cyclones. Good denial of vision by Supernova, even though Neeb has seen pretty much everything. 3 factory starport with a tech lab on it. Might swap out and create a factory there. Usually we don't see any starport units being built with mech. Very uncommon. I guess he could build like... does he really need a Raven to clear observers? He has so many turrets now. 4 turrets going down at the same time. Yeah, I don't really think he needs a Raven. Look at Banshee, Speed Banshee. He's gonna get a Raven instead. I don't mind it, I don't like it, it's okay, it's just a play. Yeah, it's one of those units, you can have it. It's most likely not gonna matter too much in the grand scheme of things. I wouldn't mind seeing him add 1 or 2 factories though. Production is looking very, very weak here for Supernova, only on 3 production structures. I guess with the starport on 4. Without the barracks though, he lost the barracks, so he can't actually produce. Oh wait, he still has it. In that case he can just produce factories. Did he not lose the barracks? How do you see structures lost? Oh yeah, he did lose a barracks, but he already rebuilt it. Nice. Second starport. Fusion core, 3rd starport. Alright. Okay. You've got to be kidding me. Is it going to be Battlecruiser? I mean, it is going to be Battlecruiser. It's going to land the barracks, create a depot wall here. I love a sensor tower in this location, or slightly back. Relatively passive game now after that fiery early game by Supernova with a weird strategy. 4 cars make their way around the map. Neeb did spot it, should be in position, there we go. Neeb doesn't have a lot of map vision though, look at that, he's practically blind, oh my god. He's blind as a bat, but at least bats have radar. Neeb does not really have a radar. If he does, that would be map hacking, so let's hope he doesn't have radar. Graphitic drive on the way, it's prism speed. These aliens get spotted to make it through. Infernal pre-igniter not done yet, so these are just gonna die. I mean, there's charge here as well. Might get a single here. But 4 Hellions die, and 1 probe also dies. It's not a good trade. Where's the observer here for Neeb? It's with the army. 5th base is gonna get cancelled. But the real banger here is going to be the Battlecruisers. +1 airship, and there's +3 armor on the way already. That's absolutely crazy. Tanks are being produced in relatively big numbers as well. Right now we have 9 tanks. Should give a pretty decent way. So should give him a decent lead in defending anything that has been thrown. It's going to be thrown his way. He's still no map control whatsoever. Completely unaware of the transition that's happening on the other side of the map. His first 2 battlecruisers are in production. 3rd battlecruiser should start soon, and 3 is still doable. But if the 6 battlecruisers get out and you don't have Tempest ready, that's when the real issue starts. Because all of a sudden, battlecruisers can fly across the map, and then they can teleport to the other side, or they can teleport back. They can teleport on top of your army. They can really split your army up. The teleport ability, of course, one of the strongest tools in all of StarCraft. You always notice it with aggressive recalls with the mothership as well. If you see them once every blue moon. Here comes a charge lot drop that does nothing, as Supernova's entire savings account has been put into turrets. I mean, there's what, 12 turrets on the map right now. That's about 3 turrets a base. There should be plenty. As Supernova's trying to reposition himself, these stacks are slightly out of position. Maybe there would have been an angle, but with that Raven there, I can't blame Neeb for not going in. I mean, his army really consists of Colossi, and 1 or 2 interference matrices really can ruin his plans here. There's no Templar here yet. Hallucination are scouting pure tanks. He's gonna try to move forward. Let's take him out. 3 battlecruisers have finished right now. 2 more are on the way. Level 2 ship weapons as well as Yamato on the way. Ooh, if this gets spotted, that could be a little bit nasty here. Good scan. Very good scan. Tanks being repositioned right now. Once again, Hallucination will not be able to see these battlecruisers. Blink Dark Templar on the way, as well as +1 air weapons. So Neeb is going to make the transition into something Stargate related. There's no Stargate yet, there's one on the way. So no time for a fleet beacon either. And this is the move I was talking about. You go in with the battlecruisers. And then you can blink to the other side or teleport. What's it called? Instant teleport? Oh, it doesn't show when I hover over it, that's sad. I mean, Neeb has good map control, but no clue whatsoever what's happening. Now he sees these 2 battlecruisers and he knows he's in for a bit of trouble. Blink Stalkers are blinking forward with that super battery. You might be able to actually do something as well. I mean, it's so powerful. 5 Stalkers will be able to clean up, or at least push back these cattle bruisers, as 1 is on the left side of the map right now. But the thing is, he should never be able to actually kill those battlefields. He's gonna be able to force him to teleport away. But once the number starts growing, Stalkers will not do the trick anymore. Also, Stalkers don't fight too well against tanks. So if your answer is going to be mass Stalker, you're gonna have trouble if Supernova ever manages to get across the map with his ground army, which shouldn't be too hard if he manages to pull 16, 17 Stalkers out of position. 3 more command centers are going down. 5th base being taken on the right. And no, this is better. I thought this was SCVs, but it's just the biggest Hellion run by in the world. Observer over here will spot that nothing is going over there. Battlecruisers moving slowly but surely towards the right side. Observer will figure it out. Is blink of cooldown? Yes, it is. Here comes the Observer. Spots the 2 battlecruisers. Neeb, you need a response here. Where are your Stalkers? Stalkers are on the left side. Anticipating the wrong side of things. Double cybernetics core has gone down. Is there a fleet beacon? There's a fleet beacon and there's 4 Stargates. Good eco for Neeb as well on 77 workers. Big Hellion run by moving towards, I believe it was the 4th base. It's gonna transform these Hellions into hell, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I feel like he would have been able to at least get all the probes here. I mean, you were gonna lose the Hellions anyway. 3 battlecruisers make it towards the far left side as well. There's nothing here. Stalkers just recall towards the right side. This base is gonna die. I think. +2 air weapons is done. Battlecruiser teleports out, and we're already at 6 battlecruisers right now. 5 more on the way, what the hell? He built 2 more starports. +3 ship weapons, almost finished, as well as +2 ground. Or +3 ship weapons. So +3. Or +2. Tank doing quite some damage. Couple of Yamatos going down on these Colossi. Has any battlecruiser fallen yet? No, not a single one. Which means we're going to be going up to 11 battlecruisers soon. What does Neeb have against 11 battlecruisers? 30 stalkers. Will be able to fight well against the battlecruisers, but should never be able to catch them as long as they're above tanks. And what is Neeb gonna do if these battlecruisers teleport over here? Is he gonna go to the main base? Is he gonna go to this or over here? And there's so many angles that you can take as the battlecruiser player. Command center goes down, but Supernova's like, that's cool and all. I have a couple of more if you want. We can, yeah, you trade out 5 stalkers. I have like 6 more orbitals here, mate. Just keep coming. Keep them coming. 2 more command centers go down immediately. As Neeb does have good vision around the map. I'll give him that. 11 battlecruisers though, that's a real issue. I would love for him to keep a couple of battlecruisers at home. I don't think he can move out with everything at once, right? He does have 11 tanks, but I mean 4 are over here, which means only 7 tanks on this side. This is not a planetary. Raven is here as well, which is going to be helpful. Blink DTs blinking over this wall. We'll be able to take out a lot of these tanks. Only 8 tanks remain. 7 tanks remain. Turrets are going down. Neeb moving forward here with his army. Will be able to right click orbital command. Does he have enough in place to deal with this? I don't think so. Is there a recall available? Yes, there is. He's gonna recall though. What does he have? 11 stalkers. That's not enough. 8 stalkers against 12 Yamato boys. 5 more on the way. 34 workers have gone down here for Supernova, who is struggling to max at this point, but it's up 40 supply. Darkflying getting killed. Right clicking the Nexus is not the play. Pylons should be going down here. Production structures should be getting depowered at this point. Stalkers, ooh, these upgrades are not too great on these stalkers. No real shield upgrades whatsoever to speak of. Blink towards the left side of the map. Ship weapons level 3 complete, as we still have a couple of DTs going ham into the main base. Where's that Raven? Would be very useful here. He's just rebuilding his infrastructure here, or no? Just more command centers. And he didn't really lose any of his infrastructure. He lost a lot of workers, but as long as his gas mining is fine, he's gonna have plenty of mules. I mean, his mineral income is never going to be an issue. I can't imagine, at least. Neeb still planning into going on... No? Perhaps no? No tempos? Still, mass stalker seems to be the way for him. 16 battlecruisers, 2 more on the way. He's gonna be going up to 18 battlecruisers. Don't forget, battlecruisers and a Raven actually synergize so well. That anti-armor missile is so good for units that fire as fast as the battlecruisers. 3 battlecruisers make their way towards the far right side of the map. We'll be able to find this Nexus and cancel it. Of course, cancel. Neeb goes in. He's had enough of it, but there's tanks on the high ground. Can he? Ooh, mule range. But on the bottom of my screen though. This orbital's gonna die, but there's a couple more orbitals where that came from. Mortals being teleported in, or well, being dropped on top of these tanks. Tanks go down. This is a massive blink on top of Neeb's army, and we see everything is gonna die here. A lot of these Colossi are falling. No, it was Stalker being Yamato. The Raven dies. These mines will be able to deal with some of these units over here. There's a planetary here. Neeb still has some money in the bank. He has good income. And I like his production as well. 11 gates. But once again, Supernova might look like he's all in. It might look like Supernova's all in, but he's really not that all in. Like, his income is not that bad. He has 10 orbital commands. Which means if he just mules a base, like he's gonna mine it out really, really quickly. The only thing I'm worried about is the fact that there's no command centers to build planetaries on the faraway bases. We have, what is this, 8? 9? Can't count. 8. 8 battle cruisers, blink forward by these stalkers. 1 battle cruiser's gonna die, but still 7 on that right side. There's a bunch, what's this? Another 8? Another 8 on the right side as well. What does Neeb do in this case? Does he split up the stalkers? He's 22 stalkers. I don't think he can split up. He's gonna recall, but... Oh no, Neeb. You're gonna lose all your production in the main base now. He has to, no? A bunch of these stalkers will fall to the Yamatos. I don't think we should be fighting into this nuclear battery here. That, well, seems to be fine. Production is falling on Neeb's side right now. Another base has been taken out, or at least forced to lift. We see the income actually falling very heavily right now for Supernova. Did all these battlecruisers die, or did they teleport back home? I think they might have teleported back home. Yes, there we go. 17 battlecruisers still on the map against 16 stalkers. There's still Yamatos available on these bad boys as well. Upgrades still looking fantastic as well. +3 ship weapons, +3 armor against only those 3-1. No ground armor and only +1 on shield. Blink forward is not going to be enough. Couple of Yamatos going down on this Nexus, not on the stalkers. Teleport out, loses a battlecruiser, but still 15 remaining. 2 more on the way. 43 workers have gone down in the past minute or so. Another Nexus falls. Oi, oi, oi. What is the gateway count? Still looking rather healthy. 10 gateways. Income looking very, very bad for Neeb, who's also down 50 army supply. And he really has nothing to do with those battlecruisers. There's a bunch of mines as well, which are going to be particularly nasty. I wish there was a Raven so you could snipe observers as well, but I guess there's plenty of scans if you have 10 orbitals. A couple of Yamatos go down, get dodged by the blink. One does end up landing. The range on Yamato is insane as 2 battlecruisers make their way towards the only real mining base. I mean, there's 8 patches here, there's 5 patches on this side. That's not going to be enough as these battlecruisers come in. Yamato's not available, should be teleported out very, very soon. One more stalker will fall here. That's 18 stalkers against 17 battlecruisers right now. Is the reality of this game. Guardian Shield might be able to help out a little bit. Archon will be able to help out a little bit as well until it gets Yamato. But, I mean, if he just waits for all Yamatos to get off cooldown, he will just be able to one-shot 90% of his opponent's army. And that might be an issue for Neeb here, because I don't think 10% of this army is going to be able to straight up fight against 18 battlecruisers. Yamatos are going down. Blink dodges incoming. Yes. 3 Yamatos get dodged. Couple more Yamatos on the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A lot of the stalkers are falling. GG gets called as Supernova wins the game with a style that I honestly haven't seen in an extremely long time. That Cyclone mine opener into 5 starport battlecruiser, and really Neeb not scouting well enough after such a bad start. Losing those 10 probes to those 2, the double mine run by, which just an absolutely crazy game. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that does help out a lot. And I hope to see you all next time. Don't forget to smash like as well. Love you all, and bye bye. Ciao.